anywhere, or any person in the world. What we don't know, though, is how far back each one of those genres goes. While during the time of slavery, workers would sing songs to express the pain and emotion they felt. With that came blues. The blues form is a cyclic musical form in which a repeating progression of chords mirrors the call and response scheme commonly found in African and African American music. During the first decades of the 20th century, blues music was not clearly defined in terms of particular chord progression. One of the most famous singers during this time was Bessie Smith. She was known as the Empress of Blues and one of the greatest blues singers in the 1920s. Today. Louis Armstrong was one of the most influential artists in the history of music and is known as one of the founding fathers of jazz. Born in New Orleans, Louisiana on August 1, 1901, he began playing the cornet at the perfected the improvised jazz solo as we know it. Before Armstrong, Dixieland was a style of jazz that everyone was playing. This was a style that featured collective improvisation where everyone soloed at once. Armstrong developed the idea of musicians playing during breaks that expanded into musicians playing individual solos. This became normal. Affectionately known as Pops and Satchmo, Louis was loved and admired throughout the world. He died in New York City on July 6, 1971. Jazz originated at the beginning of the 20th century or earlier than that, as the music has developed and spread around the world since its early American beginnings, drawn on many different national, regional, and local musical cultures, giving rise to many distinctive styles. New Orleans jazz dating from the early 1910s.
Sound and motion swing is the basic rhythm of jazz. Swinging means being in sync with other people and loving it. Swing as jazz style first appeared during the Great Depression. The optimistic feeling of swing lifted the spirits of everyone in America. By the mid-1930s, a period known as the swing era, swing dancing had become our national dance, and big bands were playing this style of music. Orchestra leaders such as Duke Ellington, Count Basie, Fletcher Henderson, Paul Whiteman, and Benny Goodman led some of the greatest bands of the era. Swing bands usually featured soloists who would improvise on the melody over an arrangement. The danceable swing style of big bands and bandleaders such as Benny Goodman was the dominant form of American popular music from 1935 to 1946, a period known as the swing era. The verb to swing is also used as a term of praise for playing that is a strong rhythm, groove, or drive. Another type of music started by the African Americans was bebop. Bebop or bop is a style of jazz characterized by a fast tempo, instrumental virtuosity, and improvisation based on of harmonic structure and melody. It was developed in the early and mid-1940s. It first surfaced in musicians' special vocabulary sometime during the first 2 years of American involvement in the Second World War. Bebop was considered jazz for intellectuals. Ella Ella Fitzgerald was known as the First Lady of Song and for her incredible scat singing during the bebop era.
Thank you for watching our presentation.